I'm not ending the stream. Okay, let me ask y'all, please put in the chat, can you hear me? And can you hear Lowlight, who's right here? I'll wait for a second.
Yeah. Hey, Buckeye Clay fan. Can everybody hear me?
I mean, they should be able to. It's feeding through my mic. Can y'all hear me? Because it says you can.
Yeah. Well, mine says that you can hear me too. That is the weirdest thing. Folks, you have no idea. This is literally.
Oh, okay. They hear. Hello, Samantha. Thank you. All right, let me put Lowlight up here. He's ordering a pizza. That's why he's on the phone.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, are we getting extra cheese or what are we getting? I told you to have your order ready when I got on the phone and they're waiting.
God, I don't know. I'm so indecisive.
Yep.
I want deep dish though. Deep dish, always.
Yes. Yeah. Chicago, like if you ever go to New York, and New York is a lot of great things. And you can get good food every time, all the time, right?
Yeah.
But New York pizza is nowhere near as good as Chicago pizza. If you go to New York pizza and you get a New York, like you have to you got to put like paper towels all over the pizza and get all the grease out. Like, what is the point of that?
Well, here's the thing, and I am a absolute 100% Chicago style girl.
Oh, they're saying that Silky is echoing again.
Really? It's not even echoing on here. What if I back off the mic?
Oh, they're saying Lowlight's echoing as well. It's the fact that I'm on a.
Well, if
folks,
I put you
you
down
have no
here,
idea what we were going to get into tonight, but Jerry Holman has decided that he's
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me turn the volume down.
Hold on here. Does everybody hear me right now? Is there an echo?
Y'all, this is insane. We have tried
I hear you.
this
Do you hear me?
on so many computers.
Yeah.
We've tried it on different platforms. I've tried StreamYard. We've tried Rumble. Are we still echoing? Let me get way back.
So
No
here's the
echo
thing.
now?
Here's the thing, folks, is you can hear me, I can hear her, but she can't hear me.
I can't hear him.
Yeah. Yeah, she can't hear me at all. So she's going to have to get good at reading.
It's your show tonight.
I love. All right, folks. Yeah. So I feel like I just heard that. Man. Well, folks, thank you so much for coming in.
Come in until your guest started. Okay. Did you hear that? Did you see that?
What does
I
it
can't
say?
hear you. Andre says that echo didn't come in until your guest started, and your guest is not echoing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What about now?
What about?
No, she doesn't hear me.
I tried the earbuds.
Yeah, only Silky echoes. No. I'm telling you, folks. She went to work and somebody came in there and put a new power outlet in her wall that's got a microphone in it or something. Hi, Rebecca Ann, Kayla, Carol, Robin,
Okay.
Donnie.
I cannot hear Lowlight at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a pantomime.
We'll go. Yeah. So Silky is phone on.
No.
My phone is. So the thing is, folks, Robin, she can't even hear me. I can hear her.
And I can't hear a thing.
And I think this is so strange. And she's getting an echo. I'm telling you, it's software side on her side, and it's I don't know. Maybe it's everybody's favorite boots on the ground. So Kayla, you says at this point I wouldn't be surprised if Holman is that you. Yeah, exactly. Holman, you might have won this round, but the war's not over, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly have a hard time.
I don't know. I don't know, low
Yeah,
light.
it's all right.
I've restarted. I've put a VPN on here.
Yeah.
I almost got something.
Almost.
No.
Okay. Now, what about
I've
the
changed
volume, little
headphones.
volume thing on your thing? What does Samantha say? Somebody got a laugh
It's
there.
insane.
Samantha, Silky's Gremlins. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So let me just, I'm not going to spill any tea right now.
Everything.
Okay. I'm not going to spill any tea right now. But what I will say is I had a conversation with someone today. And,
Can you hear me
and
now?
Silky came up. I can hear you. And Silky came up in the conversation. And it was, Silky is over the target. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do, low light? I am going to... We're just going to wing this. I've never done a live like this before.
Okay.
If you need to tell me something, comment in the private chat.
Okay.
Do that. Here's the thing.
Right.
And I'll try to back off the mic for y'all. I'm going to throw some questions. I'm going to throw some comments, and I'm going to let you answer them. And let me just tell y'all, apparently, when we compared notes, Lowlight and I have a lot of information that people don't like. So I don't know if that is the problem. And we're both getting hacked. Yes, Carol, we are live now. So I'm just gonna let you take this, and when I see your mouth stop moving,
Okay.
I'm gonna say something, but it's not gonna be related to what you said.
That's totally fine. That's fine. Most people don't have conversations.
Right.
They're always thinking about what they're going to say anyways. And you can't hear that, so.
Let's see.
Hey, Mar.
Just go ahead.
It's Mar.
Do y'all want to? Y'all can ask Lowlight some questions.
So she was saying that
Yeah,
we were
I'm
both
glad you
hacked.
didn't look at the
I
echo.
was hacked. I got hacked by like 3 different people. I don't even want to talk about that, and I don't want to throw any shade. I come in peace. Mar. Yeah, Mar. I think everybody's favorite ISP lieutenant and his boots on the ground have... I do have a channel, Andre. Thank you for asking. I'm over on Rumble. It's called Low Light Recovery. And I don't really talk about crime or anything like that. I talk about recovery stuff. See, difficult. Thank you for being technical difficulties. Yeah. Good evening, Silky Lowlight, and everyone in chat. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. I'm having a good weekend. I just heard myself there. That is so strange.
Hey, Lowlight.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. There's a little bit of delay, but I've got this pulled up on my phone, so I can at least hear what you're saying, but it's very soft.
How can you hear me on your phone and not through the computer? Because my phone is turned off. I got my phone closed. I hung up the phone a while ago. Yeah.
I'm trying not to echo too bad.
Hola, Jenny.
And let me answer this, Andre.
Okay, so what do I think about the Delphi case? Just straight up, I think that the FBI is still on the case, and I don't think that... I think I said about a year ago, 6 months to a year ago, I said to a friend of mine that if you find whoever said that the FBI was kicked off the case first, you found your biggest liar in the case. And then I found out that it was Doug Carter that said that. And because there's zero chance that the FBI got kicked off this case. Zero chance. And after... okay, so I hope the FBI is on the case. So, look, within a few months of the... within a few months of the murders, this thing called the Unite the Right rally happened in Charlottesville, North Carolina. People died, and just about everybody that was a third party, I think, was there at the Unite the Right rally. Within 30 days of that, the FBI director was sitting in front of the Senate, and he said that there were over 1,000 domestic terrorist investigations happening in the U.S. How many of those were in Indiana? And only one of them had to happen, you know, with any kind of proximity to the Delphi murders to shut everything down. So yeah, I feel like, so if you look at the Governor Whitmer kidnapping trial and everything that went on around that, you saw the FBI obfuscating, training people, police and witnesses how to tell the public that the FBI had nothing to do with it. And I think that we're in that situation right now. Buckeye, you never heard of the FBI getting kicked off the case? That was I think the one thing they were able to get out of Doug Carter in the trial. So I never heard, yeah. So if anybody wants to look up Jay Abbott has a real history in Indiana. It was his FBI office that allowed a lot of children to be hurt, hundreds of children to be hurt. What were they doing? I think that they had other priorities, and they've enunciated those for years. Who is the person in your pick? What a beautiful lady. Oh. Let's see. Oh, my goodness, it's woman. Hey, woman.
Yeah. I did a video on that.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm going to have to go back and check that one out because, well.
The Jay Abbott thing. There's such a delay.
Yeah. Let's see here. I mean, literally, let's see. It's woman and Chatterinos. Yes. So do we have any other questions here? We have Unite the Right. Yes, he is buddies with Doug. And they all have the same haircut. If you look at Mike Pence and anybody with the Mike Pence haircut, yeah, don't trust them. Let's see, any other questions here? So, Soki, what did you find about Doug Carter and Jay Abbott and all them?
Well, here's the thing. You know, you could go back and see the history with Jay Abbott and Larry Nassar. And here's the problem. I'm sorry about the echo, y'all.
Oh, you sound great.
But Doug Carter and Jay Abbott are very, very close, even still. And Abbott has also said many times in interviews how close he is to Doug Carter, and they have dinner together, you know, them and their wives. And if you know anything about Jay Abbott, he not only turned a blind eye to what Nassar was doing, but he wanted a job on the Olympics team as well.
What is it about hurting kids with these people? Seriously. Like, they just didn't care. And then these two girls, and then they put an innocent man. That's the other thing. It's very difficult. Like a lot of folks, and I understand the draw to feeling like, okay, maybe Richard Allen really is guilty, but the information is so sensitive that we just can't know it. And they've just put him in jail because that's what good people would do. But if you look at the Governor Whitmer kidnapping trial, it was during that trial, text messages came out from FBI agents where they were not only coaching people to to say the FBI wasn't involved. They were a lot of the guys who were tried for that crime. They were starting to think that the FBI was involved, and they were starting to call this one guy who was an informant. And the FBI told them to pin it on an innocent man, someone who wasn't even involved, someone who wasn't even charged, some innocent guy. And that was the important thing about Richard Allen, is that he does not lead back to the crime. That's why, so you'll hear it said a lot, and I think some people are kind of getting closer. They'll say something like, well, there was an election coming up, and they needed someone. Or they'll say, well, Ron Logan did it, but he was dead, so they needed a guy. Elvis Fields was always the best and easiest arrest in this whole situation. They had to stuff Richard Allen into a box he didn't fit in, right? So like every time they came up with someone who might have actually done this crime, they either lost the information, right? I just don't trust, I don't know. It's scary. Indiana, I mean, I wouldn't even drive around that place. So what do we got? He yapped too much. Nasser. Marv Hawk, you say you don't get it. What do you mean? So Samantha says 2 of the FBI agents in Delphi were being investigated regarding the Nasser misconduct. I did not know that. Wow. That is, see.
Sorry. Samantha knows her stuff.
Yeah.
She really does.
Let's see. My phone is on it. So anyhow, I've felt like that for a while. I know that, I got some pushback about the FBI. I agree that the FBI is world-class investigative body, and their prowess in that respect is probably unmatched, outside of maybe like intelligence agencies or something. But I just don't think that you can trust them with their history. So, and all the third party folks, are, if you have a dossier on the SPLC or the ADL's website, I mean, that's like a fishing expedition for the FBI. Like they do all the training materials for the FBI. At least they did for years. So, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like anything else. Not everyone is super corrupt, but I think the higher you get to the top, like the less they really represent us. An innocent person can't expose culprits because they don't know anything to expose. Yeah. Yeah, Robin. And that's just scary. If you look at Richard Allen's first mugshot and you look at the look in his eyes, he looks like, what the hell just happened to me? He does not look like a guy that could kill 2 little kids.
He looks like he's terrified.
Yes. Yeah. With good reason. With good reason.
I know we're on such a delay, it's difficult for me to speak, but I'm trying to interject, y'all. I'm here. I'm just coming from the beyond.
So it says here that I believe the FBI was onto things the ISP didn't want out in the public. Okay. Does the ISP have a history of infiltrating white supremacist groups and encouraging them to do violent things? I don't know. I do know that the FBI has a history of infiltrating white supremacist groups and getting them to do horrible things. I don't know. The FBI was originally in Delphi 2 days prior. Thank you, Samantha. Yes, the FBI was there. They were. I remember. Does anybody know anyone that was alive during the Kennedy assassination? Like everyone I ever talked to always said, I know exactly where I was when Kennedy was shot. I'm telling you right now, I know exactly where I was when those girls went missing, and I know where I was when they were found. And the FBI was there on the scene. Yeah. You know what?
What do we think, low light, about? Sorry. Uh, okay. Do you think there's any credence to Ron Logan being the perpetrator?
Maybe. I mean, I don't think he's alone. I don't think he's alone. I think it's useful in showing the appeals court, that these are things that the jury should have heard. But, as far as like nailing it down and saying this is the guy, nah. You would have to had any experience in life to believe their version of it. You would have to have no experience in life. Yeah. Yeah. Andre was around when JFK was shot. I was not. David says, here's the deal. The inmate's sworn testimony doesn't mean diddly. Ron's not here. Dead men tell no tales. Ron Post is rewarded Carroll County Fall Guy for 2025. Maybe. I think Ron Logan was involved and knew who did it. Maybe. There's just so many of these coincidences in the case, right? Where, you're driving drunk, you're not supposed to be driving, and a murder happens on your property. The day that you call your cousin for I think it was his cousin for an alibi. Come on. You can't get worse luck than that. And maybe Ron was a bad guy and deserved bad luck, but yeah, I think you're right. I think he knew about it too. Cyber Warrior, when I saw Richard Allen walking out in and out of court, my mind was blown how short he was. How can he be Bridge Guy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bridge Guy was what, 6'1", 6'2", something like that? So, let's see here. The connections between...
I'm going to change the scene to X because there are some things that were reposted, and one is by Yellow Jacket. I clearly can't read it out because of my echo, but you can.
Okay, I would love to read something by Yellow Jacket. She doesn't waste her time. So I'd also like to see anything that Sleuthy put out today because I heard that was going to be.
Yeah.
Woman says, I think they reverse engineered their suspects, but they may have been involved. But I hear box cutter. Yeah, I'm going to start carrying a box cutter just because it's so friggin' lethal, apparently. Okay, let's see here. I need a...
Oh, maybe it wasn't Yellow Jacket. Okay, let's look at this, though.
R&M is just same thing, man. Much respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, woman is a meme warrior. She is a meme lord. I love woman doing chaos. Okay. So what exactly was it that she was?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it now.
So Jane Darby says, "What bothers me is the dumb trip Ron Logan made." Yeah, the dump trip. Yeah. So, okay. Everybody knows like the, I don't know, everybody kind of feels like maybe there might be a drug angle to this thing. Okay, so if you're going to move large amounts of product, you need a certain logistic prowess to do that. You need to be able to move the product, hide the product, protect the product, blackmail, murder. You know, you need these kinds of things to keep an operation going on this side of the border. Who has that? Who is able to accomplish those things? You need a coroner, you need a judge, you need some cops. Big picture. Once again, attention is drawn away from Elvis Fields and Associates. Some who are Masons. Coincidence. Masons are the same. Masons, secret societies, things like this, even OTO, typically they exist to protect its members from societal norms. They're able to be robber barons. They're able to be whatever society really doesn't want. Ordo Templi Orientis during the early 19th century was a haven for homosexuals because the culture did not like them. The Masons, you know, you literally, it just depends on where you're at, whether it's the York Rite or the Scottish Rite. It depends on the region you're in. They could just be a bunch of Baptists, or they could be a bunch of drug dealers. Cosmo says, I believe there is. Have you heard Tara, aka Jalen Rain's videos about the group of people talking about people doing terrible things to them? They're in the Lafayette area. I heard. I don't think I've seen that or heard that, but there are people that have forgotten more about this case than I'll ever know.
That's the one low light that I was telling you about. Remember when I was talking about Judge Fouts?
Yeah.
I was talking about he got kind of caught and he got deposed, but he's still an attorney. He was not disbarred.
Is this the guy with the lady?
Really, you should look up the Jalen Rains videos, but it goes into a lot of depth about what goes on in the Lafayette area and all the people that are involved who are not what you would necessarily consider your lowlifes.
Huh. Well, you know, there's just a whole mutual blackmail society thing. Like, criminal networks behave the same everywhere because it works. Gull is an Eastern Star. Yeah. I mean, that's not nothing. If you're hanging out with people, spending time with them, taking secret oaths. The Fouts escort. I wonder where she is. What would it take for the defense, an independent review of autopsy documents and finding? I want to see that too. Like, I don't believe that the tox screens were. Here's the thing about a tox screen. Some drugs are easier to get than others. Some drugs, you got to know somebody, right? So if one of the girls has GHB in her system, if she has meth in her system, if she has weed in her system, if she has nicotine in her system, if she's dead, I want to know where she got that. And then some, like Richard Allen worked in a pharmacy, right? So if they had drugs in his system, wouldn't the state want to show that? What would it take for the defense to get an independent review? Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing. See, it said somebody had a good question up here, Robin. Somebody said,
oh my God.
Robin
You're
had
not
a good
going to
question.
believe this.
What?
You know, when we were talking today, and even prior to us going live, I told you I was on X and I was reposting all of these things with a lot of good details that I hadn't heard. Everything on my X that I have reposted today is gone.
Yeah. Over the target, baby. Okay. Does anybody in the chat, woman, have you been hacked?
Wow,
has anyone attacked you? Like, everybody got hacked, I think.
Sorry.
Kayla, who are these freaking banana pancakes? It is the craziest thing. Holman. If anybody talks to Miao Zedong, I'm talking to a fire marshal on Monday. Can't wait. Spanish cartel. would have everything set up, including strategic ingredients for meth. What's this woman says? And I wasn't going to though. They tried to get me twice. Yeah. Would they send you a picture with a hidden pixel? Did they send you a link? Did they try to spoof your phone? Says Cosmo says, oh wow, Silky, this is crazy. I know when Tara shared videos of her first YouTube channel, she found out who Fouts was and her account was deleted completely. Listen, you're looking at a man who cannot post on 4chan. I don't know anybody that can't post on 4chan. I cannot. Do lowlights folks know he's gay?
Hold on. I'm trying to get it.
El Car Martinez. I'm not
Look,
gay.
I'm trying to get that off of there.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I do not care. What do you mean I'm gay, bro? Or gal, whatever.
Hey, Samantha.
It's totally fine. I don't care. Literally.
Just ban them.
No, come on. Who is Elcar Martinez? Okay, Greeno. They sent their foster kids on YouTube. Elcar Martinez. Let's see your face, man.
Okay.
Hiding behind your name.
All right.
Let's see your face. Thank you, Samantha.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just a group of people that will just like sit there behind a name and just snipe at you.
I'm trying to pull up some more stuff.
Yeah, I don't
know. It's just that I hope it's going to stay there because it wasn't very long before it was taken off.
That is, so you're saying that everything that you reposted today is just gone?
Yes, and I had a good post. I was sure it was by Yellow Jacket, and it completely disappeared.
Yeah. That is weird.
Let's see. Let's try this one. Okay, here we go.
All right. So, this is from Woman. All right. So, reason big number, why we don't give up on Delphi besides justice for Richard Allen is justice for Libby and Abby. Yep. Greg Ferenczi didn't die in vain. Todd Click was publicly sacrificed to hide the real killers. These 3 good cops. That's not a statement just to hand out frivolously. That's not a statement I hand out frivolously. It says, 1, there were only three good men investigating Delphi. And Nick and Graham Ferenczi was a hero. Remember his name. He told the truth. Winkle. I miss being on Twitter because Twitter's a good spot. Twitter's a good spot to get. I never thought I'd say that, but Twitter's a good spot to get information on Delphi. Lisa, you said, oh, David, would you please elaborate?
Yeah, I find a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Reddit. I mean, Delphi Docs, Richard Allen innocent, seeking justice. Yeah. It took me a while to get banned from
let's see.
Yeah, it took me a while to get banned from Delphi Trial, but I eventually got there. And it was about Ferenczi, actually. Yeah, I got banned. I got banned. Yeah, what is it?
Okay.
April 17th, the task force turned down the assistance and outright dismissed the expert opinion offered to them by one Lewis Gibson. What makes Lewis Gibson's opinion so special and expert? Lewis Gibson worked as a forensic artist with the Houston Police Department in 1982 until her retirement in 21. IPD is the largest LE agency in the state of Texas and the fifth in the states. In her 4 decades with HPD, Gibson's forensic portraits and expert eye helped positively identify 751 individuals. Gibson currently holds the Guinness World Records for most criminals positively identified with due to composites of one artist. And let me guess, ISP wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, if you had anything to do with the murder, they did not investigate you, but they lost your shit fast. Oh, sorry for the cursing. At the age of 21, Gibson was brutally attacked by a serial rapist and murderer in L.A. Weinstein? Lucky to be alive, Gibson was left California and moved to Houston, Texas, where she obtained fine arts degree from the University of Texas. I wonder if she ever caught her rapist. Oh, Shay's in here. Hey. Among her many achievements, Gibson founded her own forensic drawing school, the Institute of Forensic Art. Now, what does this have to do with Delphi? Wow, look at that. In the early days of the investigation, Gibson was contacted by a mentor and by a member of law enforcement who requested her assistance and expert opinion in the physical characteristics of Bridge Guy, captured in a blurry photo just moments before the murders. Gibson provided the following analysis. See photos attached to this post. The individual in the comparison photo above is Ronald Logan, the owner of the property where the girls' deceased bodies were located on February 14th, 2017. Thank you, R&M Productions, for this. This is good stuff. Personal opinions on Logan's involvement aside.
Let me see if I can make this bigger.
That's all right. Oh, R&M, and I think Anne's been pushing this for a long time, and I think she's spot on in a lot of the stuff that she says. She's got a good gut on her. Oddfellows, yes. Good catch, Sam. The odd thing, Oddfellows. Yeah, I see what you did there. Thank you, woman. Did I miss something that Robin said? Robin's got some good stuff too. Okay. So it says the above right image is known as person B, laid at the top of suspect A. And so that's interesting.
So basically, they're morphing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when you see him walk, and people talk about his age. I think the walk and the gait are very similar. People talk about his age, but he was a strong dude. You know, you can muscle ages well. And you can remain very, very, very strong, you know, later in life. Your bones will give out long before your muscles will. Nancy Drew 101. The other thing, you know, the other reason that I... Go ahead.
Honestly, low light.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, if you want to pull this forward, because I kind of want to see what this lady's like. If this lady basically pinned this on Ron Logan early on, which we know that the FBI agent said that the voice was not unlike Bridge Guy, that his weapons couldn't be ruled out. Neither could Weber's, I think. And have you heard? Okay, so I heard a rumor about I don't know. Is it possible to make a perfect comparison between individuals in different photos? However, they can be recognizable similarities. Comparing suspect A to known person B, there are several similarities. One remarkable similarity. Both A and B seem to be males of similar height. Both have similar hip to shoulder width ratio. That's not nothing. Subject B has an unusually large, roundly protruding belly. Subject B has a jacket that appears to be accommodating the belly that is the same size and shape. Due to the geographic proximity to the scene B, the general similarities of build and the uncommonly large protruding belly liver shared by both A and B is a strong possibility that A and B are the same individual. Yeah. This is the determination of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. Yeah. Wow. And then what did they do with this? Buried it? Where did you find this? Where did she find this? This is... Farmers are very strong. Yep. Yeah, they are.
This is from R&M Productions.
Right. I'm just wondering where she found it. Don't sleep on R&M. I don't think anybody does.
I don't know.
The Pharaoh's BG picture is much different.
Here's the thing, low light. I see the similarities, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I have always thought that Ron Logan could be Bridge Guy.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that I don't know that Bridge Guy is the one that perpetrated the crime.
Bridgefoot, yeah. I agree. I agree. I feel like this was a group of people. I think 3-4 people at least. At the least. You got like maybe 4 people to commit the crime. You bring in 2 people to spit on the bodies. And then, convict themselves to be part of the club. I don't know. I have no idea. The interviews he did were creepy. And that answer he gave, was it, they can't prove that I did it or something like that? I mean, can anybody confirm that he said that you can't? Oh, that's right. That was on Vinny, wasn't it? So I used to be so hard on Vinny. Vinny was just like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, Vinny the prosecutor came out, and I was like, whoa. Like he went off on when he went off on Doug Carter. That was just. Let's see here. Scotty S. I just thought Bridge Guy was. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
I feel like whoever did it approached the girls from the other side of the bridge, and who knows? Maybe Ron was there hurting him, but he did apparently know. I mean, it's a small town. Here's a guy who's a felon. Here's a guy who is a known alcoholic, right? That's all on paper. That excludes you from owning guns, buying guns, selling guns, right? So he's a guy in a small town selling weapons, and he's like, they didn't bust him for that. At no point is he getting busted for his weapons collection. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe he's selling to somebody. There's something going on there. It's not nothing. The Pharaoh post. I want to see this Pharaoh post on Bridge Guy.
Oh, okay.
He told Barbara that.
Yeah. I'm trying to repost it now.
Whoever did commit the murders didn't act alone, Lowlight. They were smokers, lots of cigarettes and stuff. Jerry Holman for the block biff. It never made sense if they thought he was creepy. All right. So, woman doing just the tip. It's your boy, Bridge Guy, again at the Dirty Delphi. Everyone's saying that the motherfucking video, sorry about that cursing, was not faked. It needs to go back to 2017 when the police We're asking for information regarding the man captured on trail cam. Isn't Richard Allen because he's not guilty. All right. So you're saying that there's evidence here that this photo was manipulated.
Let's see.
I want to see it. Because I put this stuff through photoforensics.com, and I mean, I'm not HCC. I'm not I don't know a whole lot about computers. Totally could be.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to fix this.
Jerry Holman couldn't be bridge guy. Yeah. Yeah, I get you, Cosmo. That's funny.
Wow, this is not letting me do anything.
So, you know what? So I tell you what, folks, like I've been, I think this case is getting a lot of attention. Somebody streamed the other day, and he used to, remember when, the trial was going on and all the lawyers were all streaming, and I think each one of them were probably commanding about 10,000 views a night. And I mean, what was her name? Andrea Burkhart was, she was going a clip. I mean, she would go 6 hours and 10,000 people would be watching the whole time. The other day I saw a stream and there were like 30,000 people instantly. I think this story is about to break through, and I've been spending my time and like my super chats and stuff on people that know Joe Rogan. So I'll go on the Tinfoil Hat podcast. I'll go on these other podcasts on Rumble, and I just try to get the chat talking about Richard Allen. Like, hey, have you guys heard about this? Because I think Jerry Holman's greatest ass pucker moment in life will be seeing someone on Joe Rogan talking about the Delphi murders. They don't want that. Oh yeah, Andrea Burkhart, man, that lady is all the lawyers, honestly. Lawyer Lee, all of them. Just I think it was actually Lawyer Lee recently that that had like 30,000 on a video almost instantly. Hey, Hidden Gems.
Okay.
I've always wanted to say that. All right, and it does need to break through, and
Let's see.
and I think that, like, listen, and this is another thing, like drama. Okay, do you guys remember when like all that drama happened and a channel got taken down and all that stuff? What was going on then? Lola has a small PP. Look, I have fun with it. If you look at the channels, well, let's see here. I just like, we had just raised like $40,000 to do something that the state did not want to do. We did that. Night after night, we got together on various channels and raised that money so that Richard Allen could have a defense. And that got noticed. So I would just say, like, you know, any existing fractures and any fault lines those things are going to get shaken, and people are getting hacked. People's privacy is getting invaded. You have, you know, whatever. But I would just be aware that something else is going on here. It says, Possum Friend, where they really messed up is when they changed focus and started looking for a young guy instead of an old guy, like me. Ron said that? Really? Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, right?
Like,
I have not heard that before.
yeah, I mean, he said some crazy stuff. I don't know. His ex doesn't think too highly of him. Not what I want to hear. Let's see. I'd love to be a fly in Delphi right now. Yeah. I bet there has some interesting conversations between Gull, DC, and DA's office. Yeah. Oh, I mean, Gull looks like she's been committing career suicide since this case started. Like when I first saw Gull come out of the box, I was like, she doesn't want this case. She wants to be kicked off the case. And then I thought she was blackmailed. And then I kind of have settled on that. I think she got a national security letter dropped on her desk. Let's see. Indiana is in the process. As we
I'm
chat.
looking at somebody talking about
The pushback is reminiscent of Chicago.
Originally, the original picture of Bridge Guy looks like a cop, and I've got that picture. I've shown it many, many times.
Let's see it, please. This is Anthony.
Let me pull it up. Let's see.
Nancy, are you talking about me? I'm low light. I'm Josh.
Just go ahead and talk.
I have no
I've got it
I have no
buried in
connection
here,
to
but
this
I'll
case. So just so you folks know, I have no connection to this case. The defense does not talk to me. I have called the office, talked to the receptionist so that I could send Richard Allen books and you know, that kind of thing. So I don't really I don't really know anything other than looking at this for years and having an opinion. You found it. There it is.
All right, let me pull this up. Yeah. Let me just
Low light, when you say that's sweet of me to do. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So that's the other thing. Okay. So I know enough to know that if you have an entrenched power structure that is trying to keep you from finding out the truth, they can keep that from me. I mean, there are some super sleuths out there. There's some computer people doing computer things, and I salute you. I'm not that person. I'm not gonna crack the case. So where does low light fit in? You know, like I can't command 10,000 people all night, but low light can send Richard Allen, some books. He can send Kathy something. And so if you're in my boat where you're not a super sleuth, but you care about due process, maybe think about starting to write Richard Allen, because if those guards and that warden sees a ton of mail coming in for Richard Allen, what does that do for Richard Allen? Because I just hope that we can keep him alive and sane through the appeals process. So when he gets out, he can have a life that he's already, whatever lawsuit he gets after this is over with, if, it's not going to be enough. Carroll County can't pay that much money. Nice to meet you too, Nancy Drew. I love that name. I was a Hardy Boys kid, Hardy Boys child, and Nancy Drew was right there. Right, but you can help and discuss things and inform those facts and the truth. Well, yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, like I've just met the most amazing people in this horrible, terrible situation. Okay, so which picture were you talking about, Silky? So Eye of Apophis. I've wanted to talk to Eye of Apophis for a while. In the mishmash and flora. I tell you what, fires are happening everywhere. Anybody know about New Mexico? Anybody know Josh Ward?
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, because it's public. So everybody has heard of the wolf pack MC. I've always thought that there was a 1% element in this thing. And I don't hear. Okay, I know a lot of 1%ers. I am in recovery, and a lot of those guys go into recovery. At least in my area. And I've just never met anybody that had it in them to kill a kid. That has been the part of this thing to me that's always never really made sense, is just the children thing, you know, because I've known a lot of people that sell drugs, buy drugs, do drugs, etc. And it's just always kind of taken for granted that the families are off limits, and if you got beef with somebody, you got beef with that person and not the child. That, you know, I just can't understand any of that part. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm getting old. I had a wild 20s and my brain isn't working.
Okay, hold on.
Silky, check your email. CJ65. Ooh, sounds ominous. Everybody wants to speak to Ike. So what is the new info?
I'm checking my email.
So the guy has two heads. If you cover the left side, that would be wild. Cartel. Yeah. Rebecca. I mean, yeah, Josh Ward. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So there's a lot of reservations in New Mexico. I'll just start there. But everybody knows about the Wolfpack attack, and apparently one of those, the guy who was attacked, didn't leave Delphi until after Richard Allen was arrested, and he moved to New Mexico, and the house burned down with 3 other people in it, and everybody died except for the dog. And it only took just a few minutes to burn through that house. Now that fire happened in January of 23, January 13th, I think, of 23, something like that. They still have not published whether or not that fire was an arson. So Monday, when the fire inspector comes in, he's going to get a call from me. And I talked to them today, but it was somebody, I don't know, said they didn't know anything. What Kayla said about the 2 heads is about the bridge guy photo. Okay, so there's new information that's come out about the bridge guy that is in line with what Eye of Apophis has been saying forever. That would be interesting to see. Lowest of the low. I cannot get the child thing either. Yeah. I don't know. Because if I'm mad at you, dude, and I'm mad enough to kill you, like, why am I going to just, like, this child... Like, I don't know. It just doesn't. Bridgefoot is raccoons in a possum coat. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is like people started saying that, and it's so true. Like, Bridge Guy was a long way away from the girls. Amalgamation. I don't know. I have no idea. I would like to see whatever this new information is about the thing. I want to see it. So interesting. I don't know if I would drive through Indiana. I would rather like set up a big slingshot in Ohio.
Email.
Evansville, Indiana, and yeah,
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Why isn't Richard Allen been arrested for or charged with the murders of the Stevenson family or the Stevens? Okay, Silky, go ahead with your email there. Oh, she's not.
It's not working.
It's not working
I
yet.
got the email on what to do, but it's not working.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for trying out. Lisa, David Rogers, have you ever been to New England, Scotty? Let's see here. Kayla. I tell you what, though, when okay, so Silky was like, we're going to do this anyways. And we were sitting here on the phone, and Silky's like, we're going to do this anyways. I'm like, no, let's not do it. But this is working out better than I thought it was. So let's not forget Derek German ended up with a 17-month sentence on a charge that ordinarily would be 25 to life. Yeah, that was the thing. Like, there were some statements early on from Doug Carter and the families. Like, they've got the girls, right? Non-secular. Doug Carter saying that he had a relationship with a FBI supervisor that brought them to the scene faster. I don't know if, like, a lot of these things have just kind of like disappeared into the ether, but they're not nothing. Maverick, I stopped at a gas station in New York one time, in Indiana one time. Yeah. I was going to run a pee and took one look around and decided I wasn't getting involved. Yeah, it could be dangerous. Was it true that Abby was in a relationship with Uncle Cody? Holder, kid, and catfishers all the same? I don't know. That's the other thing. Like, all the coincidences that happened that day, the Snapchat, Ron Logan, just too many coincidences. I'm sorry. Court of public opinion, is it true? I have no idea. Here's the other. Okay, so who was it? Doug Carter that said the Anthony Shots profile was instrumental in opening up the largest child violence investigation in Indiana's history. Have we seen or heard anything from that? Has it developed into anything? I don't know. I haven't seen any mass arrests of child harmers in Indiana. But, like, you've just got to take Doug Carter with a grain of salt with the crap he says, because he says stuff and then, come on. Dude, I gave him way too much slack. The court of public opinion, I've heard Cody was abusing Kelsey and she aged out and moved on. Wow. And they've left it open for 2 years.
It's strange to me how it's strange to me how I was getting a lot of Delphi feed, and since my stuff that I reposted today disappeared, so has all of my Delphi feed.
Really? Now, are you still following those people? Has that ever happened to you? Like, I would have to go back and follow certain people over and over and over again. And they weren't blocking me. No. Shay Watson. Before that, it was a Jared Fogle case. Yeah, like...
No, I'm going to double check that.
That area of Indiana has got... I mean, okay, so I grew up in Indiana. Well, I didn't grow. I was kind of born there. My first childhood memory is a high-speed chase through the cornfields outside of Brookville. JD, I'd like to know how many of the same names came up in the case that were on the Fogle list. Woman Doing Chaos. Originally, she said she went with Cody down the hill podcast. Okay, and changed it 3 times. So, when it comes to, like, family stuff, I feel like maybe one day that would be something that would be helpful to talk about in terms of investigation and stuff, but it's just not going to help Rick. And at this point, I see an innocent guy in prison, and I'm kind of more interested in getting him out, and yeah, not through a cornfield, through like the roads between cornfields. If you go out that way, you just got a lot of gravel roads in between cornfields. Yeah, my dad was kind of a crazy dude. And he came in, picked me up, took me away from my mom, put me in a car. And when he went off into the cornfields, I kind of rolled around in the front seat there. It was good times. Yeah, you know, I had never heard any of this stuff about the family, and I don't know, it's just heartbreaking what those kids went through. Box cutter, yeah. What? Yeah, was I the one being chased? No, my dad was the one being chased. My dad took me from my mom.
To me, a box cutter would be difficult. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, so the box cutter story. Oh yeah, David Core. Yeah. I don't know when. So the other thing I'm doing is I'm emailing police in Indiana, and every time the defense comes out with something, I email them pictures of the white van, and I ask them, "Is this why you became a cop? Are you proud of this? Can you even look at yourself in the mirror? How long do you have to work as a paralegal at the DA's office before you railroad somebody?" This new administration, these people coming in, they want to chop heads because the American people want heads chopped. And you, like, right now is the time to be a whistleblower. So if you're in ISP, if you're in Delphi, and this is not what you signed up for, frickin' blow the whistle. It's slippery when blood come onto the handle. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I have such a delay that I don't know when he's talking because there's a delay between what's going on here and what's going on my phone. And so I don't mean to interrupt you, Lowlight. So just carry it. I'm going to smile and maybe pantomime a little bit.
We can do that. We can listen to music. I got my music all picked out. Oh. All right. Anyways. Let's see. Hey, Nancy. I said hi earlier. Okay. Mar.
Oh, I'll get a copyright strike for that.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't want to do that. They don't want to hear their homes be set on fire. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to talk to that. I'm going to talk to the I'm going to talk to the fire marshal about, like, hey man, you know how many fires are unsolved in Indiana? Yeah, I agree. Silky is cute. She's this channel has got, like, this channel and criminality have, like, super comfy content. Like, it's very easy just to sit in here, chill with her, talk in chat, and yeah, I enjoy it a lot. It says council is cleaning house, holding a meeting to discuss the misconduct. Yeah, what was that about? Has anybody found out what that meeting was about in Delphi? That I think Helix was saying it had something to do with finances.
Yeah.
Why would they go that far? It tells me the intimidation level is extreme. Remember, 72 lost hours of evidence. 70 days of lost evidence, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Metal Echo, yeah. So why would they go?
How much do you know, Lowlight, about Flora?
Not enough. I mean, Mao Zedong told me everything that I know about that, and it's been a long time since, I mean, it's 6 months really, since I really looked at it. Why?
There are a lot of connections. I'm not saying it's necessarily the same perpetrators, but it is very sus. And it's very odd how 4 girls were unalived 3 months before the Delphi girls. And the connections, some of the people that were in on Flora, the first responders, whatever, were also there at Delphi. I'm just saying.
I think that ink, that tattoo work that fella got was very interesting. I, I just think that they have a organized crime problem in Indiana, and it's scary. I think they have a fake Christian mafia problem. Mr. Westfall had a blot with Brad that day. Look, I think what's weird, and Patrick Westfall, bro, I would love to speak with you. I really would, because I believe a lot of what you said in your live. I also think that you have persuasion skills that are next level. I think that any recruiter for all kinds of agencies would have noticed that, recognized that in you instantly. You are a preternatural communicator. I feel like if I was just to put my money down right now and guess and say, okay, what happened? I would say that there was someone from the outside, any culture, you really can't tell who likes each other and who doesn't, right? And so from the outside, I think that Patrick Westfall's relationship with Brad Holder looked great. And I think that there were some people that wanted in on that action. I think there were some people that really liked what Patrick Westfall represented, and they wanted to be part of his circle. And so they were starting to act the way Brad Holder was acting. And I think that someone, Messer, might have taken advantage of that and used those guys as patsies. Now, as far as the motive of the murder is concerned, some people talk about drugs and that sort of thing. I have no idea. But it looks like organized crime to me. I think Odinist is a little bit of a stretch. I think Vinlander is a better description of the people involved. I don't know. But they don't like a house full of people that, are not white, And they definitely don't like a Jewish God like Jesus, right? And so I think that's what really drove the wedge. That and maybe money with Holder. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's my guess. Patrick Chance, Brad. I mean, man, these people saying that they don't know each other, that whole group knows each other. Everybody knows each other. Come on. Yeah. Just live just down the street. Yeah. Okay, Christian God. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Mar. I did not. I was speaking from from their point of view, that Odin is would be an Aryan god in their mind, and Jesus would be a Jewish. So forgive me for that. Let's see, Cosmo. I think it's disgusting that God would say, "I don't think the person who set the floor fires." I missed that, but would kill those little girls. Yeah. White nationalists firing across county Republican line. Thank you all for coming in here tonight. Seriously, Silky and I were having such a good conversation earlier. Yeah. It was fun. It was so much fun. But thank you for joining us. Let's see here. A few irons in the fire.
Yeah, I almost think that we should have recorded it.
Well, there was some stuff that we weren't allowed to share. Yeah, it's very rare that I'm not allowed to share something, but yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but I almost spilled one earlier. I was like, whoa, I can't say that. But I just hope Rick gets out so that this this Delphi community can go balls deep on Indiana. Connect the dots. Start at Flora, turn right and go to Delphi. Go 10 miles north to Monticello, stop, turn around and go back Delphi Courthouse. Yeah. Yeah. You know, remember when the Franks dropped that night? Did anybody get any sleep? Did anybody get any sleep? I think that night I joined Facebook and I read the Franks 3 times and I looked up every single swinging dick, pardon my French, or whatever, on that, in that Franks. And what I found, what was, my mind was blown, was like how many people into the Nordic religion there were, into Asatru, into Odinism, whatever. They outnumber Catholics and Baptists in Indiana. Yeah. The Franks that night, we were all awake, going absolutely nuts. And I don't think that the defense knew, like, had any idea what they did. They dropped a bomb on us. I mean, I'm grateful. I'm glad they did. But like, you know, they come on Defense Diaries, they come on these other podcasts, and they have no idea like how much we love them. Like, we love you. Thank you for all that you're doing. Like, you people stepped up, and a lot of those, they seem like they're like very upset, you know, obviously with the jury, and they're wearing that on themselves. Look, you're literally fighting a judge. Come on. Seriously. Gull? Yeah. Family fixes everything. They came on live. Yeah. And I don't know. I have so much respect for the defense attorneys. And remember the worry when they were going to get replaced, and then this new public defender came on, and the guy came out and said, look, I think Richard Allen is innocent and the other attorneys should be here. So, you know, you got to give him some props too. I just hope that the new attorneys for the appeal are just as amazing. And I haven't really, not to my credit, I haven't looked at them. It says, Nancy, yes, the Mason signs, especially Carter's first interview with his hand on his forehead. If you go back and watch Donald Trump's, you know, the inauguration and everything, a couple of his sons are standing up on the dais with Master Mason hand signals, hand signs and everything. I pointed it out to my mom. I'm like, Mom, look. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not nothing. You know, I know some York Rite people that are really decent folks. And then, you know, I know some York Rite people that are up to some shade. But it's like it's like any motorcycle club. You know, you got some people over here that are doing it for whatever they're doing it for, and then some people that like to ride safely with a group of people. McClelland's father is a convicted local arsonist. Well, his son probably gets some good coke. I know that. Samantha, you good fish scale there, Nick. Gull is the state, yeah, the snake of Indiana. McClelland, yeah, I don't know. Is there anybody in Indiana that's not an arsonist? Yeah, they're all dead. Hey, 2 ears, 1 mouth. I like that.
I am so sorry that I can't really join this conversation.
Oh, no,
I'm so
you're
delayed
fine.
that by the time I'm saying something, you're talking about something else.
It's okay. It's okay. It is. We're making it. It's working. I'm having fun. Low light recovery. You know some YouTubers who are Freemasons. We all do. Yeah. I mean, look, I have literally like York Rite, Scottish Rite. It literally depends on who you are as a person, you know. But anytime you're getting together with a secret oath with your friends and you're not it's a very safe place for criminals to be. And through history, secret societies from the Masons to the Ordo Templi Orientis, you don't have to be the Order of Nine Angles to be up to no good. But at the same time, you don't have to be a Mason. There's Masons, a bunch of people hanging out, but sometimes it's not. Sandra, is he really? I said jokingly a while back. Who's the person that's openly a Mason? I don't know. Yeah, badass American, guilty, guilty, guilty. Move on. Richard Allen won't get a new trial. Goal will see that. Jailhouse informant failed. The Polly and Richard Allen's 61 confessions overruled the jail fail. Buzz, badass American, do you feel that Richard Allen is guilty? And if you do you feel that Richard Allen acted alone? Oh, Nick is a Mason. Yeah. Holder's a Mason. Yeah. And that's not nothing. That's not nothing. Let's see. I do want to hear whether or not.
I will say this. Okay. It doesn't. It's not even all about Richard Allen, okay? Even though I do believe that he is innocent, it's about due process and it's about the laws that they are breaking. And whether you believe he's guilty or not, do you want this to happen to you or to your family? Because that's what I'm fighting just as hard as Richard Allen's innocence, which I believe, but it's even immaterial at this point. It's like we have to fight a corrupt justice system that railroads people and doesn't give them their rights. I mean, come on.
It's terrifying. It is terrifying. And I will never look at true crime again. After I am done with Delphi, I will never look at another case. Like, the thing in Idaho is tragic and it's interesting. But this stuff's just so ugly, man. And the fact that they are letting, Judge Gull. Okay, if you remember back to Andrea's live about what was happening in the case, and when the defense was going hard after Brad Weber, and Weber said, "I went straight home after work." Rosie, the defense attorney that was questioning him, about crapped a brick right there, and Nick McClelland objected, and they had a sidebar. And that sidebar went on for like 15 minutes. And when they came back, the defense attorney was not happy. And I want to know what happened in that sidebar. Hopefully as part of the record. But did Gull know that footage of that van existed? Did they have other proof? Right? So, I just got a text here. But did they have other proof? Right? Did she know? Did she shut that down right there? That's what I want to know. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. So, what did Gull know? When did Gull know it? And yeah. I mean, it's your legacy, honey. I know you're not worried about your career, but your legacy. You got to bump into people like us on the street. And I will not call you a bitch. I thought it was crazy that CP got out of jail not completely without completing his sentence. Also, Shane Evans wrote a $10,000 check. Is that true? What is this? $10,000 check. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But everything else sucks in this case. They wouldn't call Agent Paul. Overwhelming. They shut it down for sure. They were trying to impeach Brad Weber. Go ahead.
I've heard that over and over about the $10,000 check, though. That has been so many places. And honestly, I'm trying not to get feedback, but honestly, I started delving into a lot of the land transactions in Delphi and Carroll County, and I found I can't even explain to you the craziness about land grabs and monies that were like spent without permission, without, city council agreeing, people just writing checks willy-nilly and paying outrageous prices for things they never should have. And it makes you wonder what is going on with not just this crime, but the land and the politics and the authority in Carroll County.
Well, it's a way of, I mean, I don't know the exact scam, but there is a way of laundering money with, buying something cheap and then someone else paying a high price for it. I've heard that in regard to, I don't know, though. That's why the FBI agent couldn't fly in due to deep vein thrombosis, and she wouldn't allow him to do Skype testimony. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, woman. See, there's people that know more than forgot more than I'll ever know about this case.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Scotty. Okay, McDowell. I don't know. Yeah, I would love to hear that.
So where do you think we're going to go from here?
Oh, at Delphi? Oh my God. You know what? It was Michael Osbrook helped write the, and I think Osbrook has had a good hand on the pulse, and the predictions that he's made have been pretty good in terms of what he's expected. So, the expectation is that Gull is going to say no. She's not going to look at anything. Who knows if they'll even get a hearing. And then it goes to appeals. What do you think is going to happen?
I think we're looking at years. I hope not years. I hope information starts coming out. But I hope that due process, I hope they get this kicked out pretty quick because of the huge errors. Even if they don't retry him for a couple of years, my God, turn this over. Let him out. You have screwed up. It's FUBAR at this point.
There's all those competing, and there's all those interests that are aligned. So you don't even need necessarily conspiracy. And that's the other thing, like that word conspiracy, let's let them use that because it's BS. Like, this is not conspiracy. This is corruption. So yeah, I agree. I just think that there's a lot of interests that are aligned, a lot of careers that will be completely destroyed, legacies that will be completely destroyed if Richard Allen walks out of that. So that, that's like where the people have done the good. So
hopefully they need to be.
Yeah. We've had the people have done a good job. The defense attorneys have done a good job. Everybody else, the jury system, everything else has just completely failed us. And like Richard Allen has us, he has his family, and he has the attorneys. Hopefully Kash Patel, wants to come in and clean up the FBI, because my feeling is this is a holdover from old FBI standard operating procedure, which is find a white supremacist group, infiltrate that white supremacist group, and make them do terrible things. Hopefully they come in and chop heads. Samantha Springman, I believe, saw they were planning about, so a $12 million apartment complex, that's a lot. Because who is actually moving to Carroll County these days? We ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
That's right. And honestly, that's what I wrote Richard Allen. Like, what am I going to say to Richard Allen? Like, keep your head up, dude. No, it's like, man, you got a million people out here that are like not going anywhere. The FBI was just told to suspend civil rights cases. Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, I'm not getting political here at all. And
Um,
yeah, I'm just not. Like I don't know what the FBI is going to do. I just know what I want the FBI to do, which is open their mouth after the gag was lifted. Like Doug Carter said on stand that he kicked you off. Well, say something about that, please. No DNA, no intel, no witnesses or cameras. I don't believe any of that, though. I think we have all that. They got a big posh building in Delphi. Yeah. Posh payoff. They charge him with
you're
kidnapping.
right, though. Who's moving there?
Yeah. Do you want to raise your family in Indiana? No witness assault. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you just reporting, but I bet there's 500 people that know exactly what happened in those woods that day. But that's my opinion. I can't prove any of that shit. There's a new jail going in Delphi. That I believe.
Oh.
Doug Carter, we have 26 FBI agents on the ground in Delphi, and Governor Holcomb looks at me wanting an arrest. Travis Lee Evans, the Cass County Sheriff's deputy, convicted child molestation, sexual misconduct, and sorry I'm reading these words, and minor child exploitation, was sentenced to 152 years on Monday. Ask Shane about Travis Lee Evans. Okay, Shane. All right.
His relative.
Okay. I think Nick redacted those charges for fear they wouldn't find Rick guilty of murder and only kidnapping. Yeah. Yeah. Migrant immigrants work at the pork processing plant. Hey, you know what they say about pig farmers? Like when I heard that there was like, Elvis Fields worked with the, he does a ride along with the pig farmers. I thought that was a little on the nose. They're going to need a bigger jail. I hope so. Yeah, I'm dying to see that stuff by Saluthi, though. So, I don't know. They killed Judge Moore over Uncle Travis. Yeah, some of the stuff I've not even... There's so many tentacles to this thing, as they say. Youngest mayor in the country related to a creeper. Youngest defense attorney related to a turned prosecutor related to an arsonist. Monticello judge who's an attorney for 9 months before he become a judge. Yeah. Nothing happening in the back room there. Maybe around the dinner table. Uncle Travis is a huge POS, human being. There was no Libby in her name. She was 14 at the time of the crime. Man, that's the thing, dude. 2 little kids. Yeah.
I don't understand some of that. What does that mean, don't eat the bacon? Is that... Am I supposed to know that?
Well, maybe because the bacon has been eating people or something. I don't know.
Okay. Somebody told me they had a bacon festival there.
Yeah. Are you still missing all your Delphi feed on X? Hey, did Rosie Palfy come out with her interview that she did with Holman? I know it was all in text, but I think she was coming up with one, and she had taken a bunch of our questions. Judge for Uncle Travis was Nancy Drew, might be a human bacon. Yeah. Pork plant in Delphi. Yeah. Anybody in chat, did
Let's see here.
Sleuthy drop that transcript that she was going to get from the clerk, I believe? Laced with drugs. Yeah, I want to... Okay, woman says yes.
I don't see anything in my feed still.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Nothing
in
that I
maybe it's on
reposted,
Reddit.
nothing.
Maybe she dropped it in Delphi Docs. Hi, Silky and all. Hi, Linda K. Johnson. Nice to meet you. I'm Lowlight. Tammy, it was the transcript.
I don't know. This is driving me crazy because I can't have a conversation with you.
Yeah. So they read through the initial hearing transcript on criminality last night, so I'll have to check that out. Oh, crim. I love criminality. There's not a lot of people I don't like in the Delphi community. Prof has been seeing a big boom lately, which is good. Research Canadian pig farm arrest all the time. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Hey, lowlife. That's funny because that's what my friends in the Linux community call me, lowlife. Because they know me. I heard some lawyers on YouTube were copyrighted transcripts. Yeah. You know what? That's the other thing is if you look at this side of the aisle, no, Lindsay, it's totally fine. If you look at this side of the aisle, like nobody's striking each other for trademark. Everybody's like getting information and giving it away. Like the work that Sleuthy and All Eyes and all these people are doing, they're just giving it away. Everybody else is like copywriting, striking, and getting all freaking bent out of shape over what? What? You're not making that much money. Come on. Hidden gems. I'll never understand the searchers didn't find those girls. Yeah, Scotty, you're right. Yeah, I mean, come on. Because the girls weren't there.
Exactly.
Judge in the Evans case. I don't know. I still want to know what it was about the Stevenson murder that was similar to this thing that they say Richard Allen did alone. So, okay. When Doug Carter speaks, when Jerry Holman speaks, the vast majority of people think that they're completely full of crap. And they know that before they open their mouth, but they do it anyways. They get on TV and they say the most asinine things. It's not lost on us. Stevenson case is so creepy, yeah. That's one crime scene I don't want to see. Go ahead. Have you got something?
No, someone asked if we were still live, and so I thought maybe we froze up or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have not had this many problems, maybe ever. I don't know what it is.
It's your over the target. So, folks, in case you don't know what's going on,
the thing
Silky
is,
Southern Tea.
Low Light, I just sit here. I really. I'm sorry, I'm getting that echo. I kind of wonder what on earth is going on with me because I feel like I am very non-confrontational and I don't see why I'm over the target. I mean, I really haven't changed my opinions for 2 years, so there you go.
Well, okay, they're very comfortable with us talking about, well, they're not very comfortable, but obviously we're allowed to talk about certain things, but I feel, and I'm not alone in this, that there are certain people that might be, I don't know, they might get a get out of jail really fast card, and that they're doing the dirty work that the cops can't do, you know? And if you've got evidence about those people or information about those people, then they probably, you know, I would like to say that that's not going on, but it really looks like it is. I mean, dude, you had a guy threatening the life of defense witnesses, of judges, and defense attorneys. And they let him walk in the courthouse. And they lied about the warrant that this person had. Right? I mean, it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. It is. Is this why you became a cop? Your children are going to know about this. Your grandchildren are going to know about this. What you did to an innocent man. Your name is mud. I mean, I can't judge you because I never walk in your shoes. And I don't have that kind of pressure that you have, Doug Carter, Jay Abbott, Jerry's domestic terrorist. Yeah, man. Seriously. Going after a defense attorney, trying to put him in jail. Seriously? And they let this happen in Indiana. I mean, it's mind-blowing. It really is. And it's sad. And if you're one of these sycophants, Gray Hughes, yeah, I'm done. Sorry. I'm getting negative. All right. Raffi. I like Raffi. I appreciate Raffi a lot. Gary Coleman. Okay, what do we got here? Record of initial hearing. Thank you, Sleuthy.
I do too.
Thank you, Sleuthy. Big brass ovaries. Record of initial hearing. Honorable Benjamin Diner says...
I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. Thank you. So.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Let me know when you want to start. Oh, you're getting the feedback. That's right. If you want me to read this, I will. I think they already read this, though. But
no, you tell me.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Tell me what you want, what you want me to do, or when you want me to move.
I mean, if you want to
read
just keep
it,
this, yeah, you can keep it on the screen.
I'm on
there.
such a delay, I can't do it.
Right. There was that other thing that I wanted to see, but this is interesting here. I haven't seen it. So Scotty hasn't seen it. I think the cases are connected. Yeah, a lot of people think Florida's connected, and that's the other thing. You know, we're not just a bunch of conspiracy theorists. We see corruption, and corruption's a thing. It's illegal. So are conspiracies. Hearing with Benjamin. Hey, did anything, a woman or anyone else, did anything happen in this transcript that was mind-blowing or that might have been illuminating? Cosmo, that's the truth.
Let's see. I'm skimming this really quick.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Timmy's criminality. That Krebin stuff makes me laugh so much. I don't know why. It's just we have so many meme lords in the community. They didn't include the lawyer he had. Okay, once again, Nick McClelland, man, seriously, dude. Like, you could not have literally tried to act the part that Andrea Barkhart described when she you will forever be known as the you can't put on enough sweaters to get out from under the coke dealer meme, buddy. You are a fish scale lawyer for the rest of your life, bro. Yeah. So this entire
Okay,
hearing here was done
don't mean to
without
butt
him
in,
having
but this
any.
looks like the original.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. Okay. This looks like the original hearing that he had an attorney for, or was supposed to have an attorney for, that he did not, because this is the court saying, let's see. Okay, the court says there are two offenses to which you're responding to in this action. We'll now go over your rights to attorney and then your constitutional rights. As you have the right to retain and be represented by an attorney in this case, you also have the right to proceed without an attorney if you so desire, if you don't have the money, etc. So it says, so there are three choices, only two differences. The three choices are hiring your own attorney, being your own attorney, or being examined to see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel. But he already had counsel at this time, right? I mean, in the one that he hired. And the court says right here, to explain how foolish that it is, before I can allow you to do that, but I also must allow you to be foolish if you have your mental faculties and that's your choice. Now, what kind of court is this? They started out by saying if you have your mental faculties?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a court. I think it was early on. There was a lot of people that were on the fence that were giving law enforcement the benefit of the doubt. And Grizzly True Crime was giving the perspective of a person outside the country looking in. And she was saying how the rest of the world views the American justice system as something to aspire to. And that's one of the reasons why globally it has attracted so much attention, is just the blatant in your face corruption. So Shaker, this is actually the safekeeping hearing, I believe, that was supposed to, Richard Allen was supposed to have an attorney. And he did have an attorney, but his attorney was not there. So this whole situation should be illegal. But we're not, like, I've been wrong about this case a few times, but usually when I slip back into normalcy bias and I think, okay, we're in normal land again, we're not in normal land. We've never been in normal land. Ever. Maelstrom. Have I ever watched Peter Trogos,
Yeah.
our lawyer? You know, oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep. Yeah, he has the look I think that Nick McClelland is pushing for, but he's failing. Lawyer, you know, pulls it off way better. Yeah, Shaker, thank you for being here. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody's comments. She was killed at the boat ramp, broad daylight. 666 miles from, yeah. And there's some child killers in Indiana, man. And those are two little girls on the bike that they found. Is that the Evansville murder that we're talking about? Nick is Ned Sanders. Hey, Nick. Bro. You were born in you decided to be a scumbag in the age of the internet. Sorry about your luck. Let's see here. Too close to RA's mother's house near the creek, missing 2006.
Yeah, so this is clearly from October 28th, 2022. And he absolutely had an attorney. I'm guessing the attorney did not get informed that they were having this hearing. And just the way the court's talking to him, it's like, come on. I mean, from the get-go, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine the mindset you're in if you go in and yeah, I just try to put myself in his shoes. You go in and you don't have an attorney, you haven't done this crime. You know, I don't know. Never does he have a criminal record? Does Richard Allen have a criminal record? Because all the people that they say didn't have a nexus or a connection to the crime scene have all gone on to commit crimes, violent crimes, etc., kill people, kill one of their own. And these people say that Richard Allen, veteran, did this. Well, there are a couple other vets on the third party.
I hear what you're saying, court of public opinion. That Richard Allen had a lawyer that he didn't show up. But why didn't he show up? Was it just that it was his fault and he didn't want to show? Because he was hired, like he could really face huge penalties for not doing that when he was, given $5,000 as a retainer. Even just that first initial appearance, I mean, clearly Nick McClellan knew that he had an attorney because he'd talked to him on the phone and by email. So my question is, did Gibson not show up because he didn't want to show up? Or was he just not informed? Maybe they lost the summons. Like maybe they lost, I don't know. Maybe the email was wrong. Maybe it was in that 70 days of evidence. Who knows?
I appreciate that, Cora. I didn't even misspoke. I just literally thought this was the safekeeping hearing. I didn't know that it was the arraignment. So thank you for letting me know that. I did not know that. Let's see. Motion to correct states. There was no hearing, and order of protection neither RA nor his lawyer were served. Yeah. Mistakes were made. We're human. Let's all start healing. Heal till you clean out the wound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is this?
Iowa, then Indiana. It's a straight shot mind shock.
Oh, okay.
It's Brian James Chadwell. Yeah, I've seen a couple of mind shocks things before.
I mean, Chadwell. He was. I mean, isn't he a character? Like, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just never seen mind shock interacting in like chats or maybe they use a different alias to do that. I mean, if you're a Delphi creator, you got to protect yourself. Holman. Hey, has anybody seen Greeno lately? Not that I care. I just want to kind of know where he's at. Does anybody know that? Does anybody hear that story?
Can't believe you just said that.
What? Does anybody know? So, does everybody remember when Greeno was dropping death threats? Just it didn't matter. Like if you breathed, talked about Delphi, you got threatened. So, I'll tell you right now, Greeno, I was the one that called the police. So, Greeno says that a defense witness, what's her name? Amber Holder. Greeno said that lying snitches get stitches and dead or something like that. So I called Allen County. That was me. I called Allen County and Allen County said, oh, that's not us. That's ISP. He hung up the phone and I thought, okay, this cop just blew me off. Not 5 minutes later. This is April. Not 5 minutes later. Jerry Holman called me, a recovery streamer. I stream about drugs. Jerry Holman calls me to tell me that Anthony Greeno is just a weird guy and that his sources say that Greeno is in Canada. Greeno is like on the West Coast, and we all knew that. So why did Holman call and lie about Anthony Greeno? Then as we were getting off the phone, Jerry Holman tries to pull this whole Columbo bullshit, and he says, "Oh, hey, by the way, so you know Amber Holder?" No, I don't know her. Never talked to her. Don't even know what she looks like. And then I hung up the phone, and I realized that Holman was like a lieutenant or something, has 20 people working for him, and if he was going to assuage somebody about the danger of Greeno, he could have had one of them call me. No, he was calling me, pumping me for information on Amber Holder. So as early as April, they had stopped investigating the murder and started investigating defense witnesses. I don't know. So Greeno, anytime you want to like tell us how often you talk to Holder, that would be, Jerry Holman, that would be great. Because I think the guy is a CI, personally. Greeno is in Seattle because he says the drugs are legal there. I don't think he's ever worried about the legality of drugs. After Washington State, Canada booted him. He's back in Indiana. Yeah. Well, there you go, buddy. Is this burn after reading? I don't think so.
You know, low light. I'd lock my doors extra tight tonight after all that.
Did I get you in trouble? I'm sorry. Wait.
No. I'm talking about, talking about Greeno.
Oh, me? I would lock my doors extra tight? No. Greeno. Come on over. Come on. Come on, buddy. I don't have a pig farm. So
Interesting.
anyways.
Well,
A crisis actor. Wait.
I tell you, it's been interesting tonight. I wish I could hear you and respond. Somebody said there wasn't a delay, but there is for me. So I can't, because I'm listening off my phone, because I'm echoing on my channel, but I can't even hear him on my channel. It is insane. So I'm listening from the phone.
I am so sorry. Did I go too far? I meant everything I said.
No. Not at all. I don't think you went too far. I'm just surprised you talked about it.
Well,
Because, we kind of talked about,
well, yeah, but I'm not going to that. Like, I'm not going to that. Like, I just say that Holman, I mean, people are going to be looking at this dude. And, you have a person who has committed serious crimes and threatened people with death. And you let them walk into a courthouse. Not only did you let your CI threaten a defense attorney with death, you also tried to arrest that defense attorney. Did you know how third world that looks? I mean, how third world that is. Indiana is Banana Republic, dude. Don't drive anywhere in Indiana. Just drive around it. Where's All Eyes at? All Eyes, much respect. Seriously. Oh, Greeno, you're here.
I don't know.
Greeno, where are you at, buddy? Whatever. Kangaroo court. Yeah. It's crazy. It really is.
Don't you love it? You have to sleuth your own chat.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, okay. All Eyes. All Eyes, I would love you to teach me how to do FOIAs, because I got some good FOIAs. see here.
Yeah.
Said he want the smoke. Don't have a pig farmer. Where's he at?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well. Oh well. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting too. If there's nothing on it, why didn't they return it?
Thank you, Scotty. You're 2011. Nice. You don't mistake your way through that. You definitely doing the right thing then, Scotty. Because why does this all feel weird, Lisa? Why does this feel weird? Because Silky is having an issue with her sound, and something's going on with her hardware or software, and so we're just doing a workaround right now. But appreciate you here, Rick Snay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let's see. I don't know, man. I've had no problem with Rick Snay. I'll tell you a story about Rick Snay. I hope Rick doesn't worry. So Rick Snay came out, and he had mentioned to everybody on his channel that he had received pictures of the crime scene. I reached out to Rick Snay immediately. And some of you will not like me for this, and you know what? I get it, but I asked to see those pictures because I wanted to know what they didn't want us to see, and I wanted to know what the killer wanted everybody to see, right? So I asked Snay. I said, dude, I want to see those pictures, and Snay told me no. So everybody's saying Snay was sending them around. I mean, he didn't send them to me, and I asked him. He said I gave my word that I wouldn't show him, and he didn't show them to me. So. But I tried. I wouldn't look at them now, only because it potentially hurt Rick Allen, and I don't want people sharing the pictures because it's not what the defense attorneys think is the best for Rick. So, and here's the other thing, and I think I might have said this earlier, and not when everybody else is here. I'm not like a super sleuth, like some of you are. I'm not a computer person doing computer things. I'm just a recovery guy. So like, where do I fit in? And I know I'm not going to solve the case, but like what I can do is support Rick Allen. And so I'm saving, my time for that and sending Rick Bibles and books. And so I would encourage you, if you're like me, to do those kinds of things. Like if you're not a super sleuth, but you care about due process, maybe send him put some money on his books, or send Kathy some money, Amazon gift cards, things like that. The state leaked, not the defense. Yeah, the state definitely leaked. Rick Snay showed where Garino threatened him and his wife. Yeah, come on, man. Seriously. But yeah, respect to Rick Snay.
Yeah, crazy.
Not long after she was hacked. Yeah.
So other people are having the same problem with the audio, and I mean, I'm even using a VPN, and I don't understand why I'm having this problem.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, but everybody go and hit the like if you are enjoying low light recovery. It's been great. I wish we could have had more time to like really interact without the delays and craziness, but it's been great. I'm getting feedback.
Let's see here. I saw them on X and reported the guy. I can't unsee that even now.
Let's see.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like, it's just Silky has got some of the most comfy content, and always nice. I never asked for the pics, but received them from pro-state people.
It hasn't been too bad. We've had a few trolls, but not bad.
Nah, I don't care. People can say whatever they want about my dick. Yeah, what is with a lot of the pro-state people, man? Some of these people are. I'm okay. Look, I know it gets political or whatever, but take a look at the Governor Whitmer kidnapping trial and just look at what happened with the judge and the FBI and all of those things. Just take an honest look at it. Remove yourself from the politics of it and just see the behavior of law enforcement. And it's scary. A lot of sleuths from Reddit have tried to help me with my cousin's Scarlet disappearance. I'm really sorry about. Yeah. Disappearance from Kankakee, Illinois. I appreciate sleuths.
Send me an email. Okay? Give me a link, because I don't know about that case. My email is silkyandSouthern@gmail. And I'd love to hear about it. I mean, maybe we could look into that.
Yeah, I mean, I lost with the hacking that happened to me and Cosmo. I would love to see that. I didn't see that on Reddit, but I will take a look. Hopefully, Silky will send that to me. But let me see here. I never once stumbled across the CS pics. No one. Pros defense fund. Yeah. It's just sad we are where we are. Like, the whole reason that... Oh, yeah. Let me get back to the hacking thing. I lost thousands of dollars worth of equipment to the hack, as did some family and their church, etc. So my equipment went to the Ohio Secretary of State. And my cousin's husband works for the DEA, and he got a very dangerous thumb drive. So whoever hacked me, they know literally everything about that. So enjoy that, whoever hacked me. Much love to you, Silky. Hey, hit the like. I've been work at 5 a.m. Really enjoyed Low Light. Hey, thank you for showing up, artist. Seriously, respect. Robin, no visible spray paint in the CS photos. Spray.
Yeah,
No visible spray.
Appreciate it.
I don't know. It would be hard. I think I would like to look at the pictures, not necessarily the bodies, but I wanted to see like the non-secular elements. Yeah, Cosmo, whenever we get that, I would love to
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say to that about the spray. My pictures are very limited. I did not get any pictures of surrounding. You can't really see. So from what I can tell from the crime scene pictures that I've looked at, I don't see any spray.
Yeah. Well, my feeling has been always that, oh man, this is going to be a little bit graphic here, but when Andrea, I think it was Andrea, described one of the girls having like a pressure mark here on her face. Does anybody remember that? Which girl it was? I feel like... Well, I'm not even going to go into it. I just feel like there was a device used to restrain that is similar. I think she was hung upside down, and I think her heart pumped the blood from her body. And this is something that hunters do, and that's how I felt that went down. I also think drugs were involved. Rixnay drew a rough diagram. I missed that.
Yeah.
Rixnay drew a rough diagram showing the placement of the sticks, body position, respectfully to clear.
The sticks, yeah, they're...
Yeah. Oh, they're there to hide the bodies. One of the most disturbing things about this is that the many letters that SC has received, they've allowed her to continue without. Early on, like the lawyers in this case have really, not the defense attorneys, but all the lawyers kind of keeping us in line. Hold on, Jenny. I want to get back to that. But the lawyers, like, I really thought that the Supreme Court could have removed Gull at that first the hearing, but apparently they couldn't. Like, I was really hard on the Supreme Court for not removing her, but apparently that wasn't in the cards. So it says their talk screen was negative. I'll believe that when I see it. And Jenny, respect, you might know, and I can totally be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but I don't believe it. There are too many drugs in this story. There were 2 pics, one from the front at the feet and one from the head that looked like drag marks where Libby was. Okay. Definitely there for Abby. Woman, I'm telling you. We also heard that there is a mortician device for Billy. Oh my God. Yeah.
Nobody's heard that.
Yeah. See, there are people like this is what they don't want. They don't want people that know and smart people looking into this. You investigator, you legal cop type people, keep doing it. They found banana pancakes in the stomach contents. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yeah. But that's the other thing is I did a real deep dive on all the different ways that they can determine a time of death. And I also did a deep dive on the SOP, the standard operating procedure for what, I forget what they're called, medical examiners, what they do. And for 2 victims, they didn't even have a window of a time of death. I don't believe that at all. I think the FBI has all kinds of, and the FBI might have Rick's phone. Who knows? But the FBI has a lot of this evidence, and I don't think that, yeah. I mean, I'm not letting ISP off the hook, but I don't think they're the only dirtbags in this story. I'm pretty sure there were no stomach contents. Well, Jenny, I mean, like I look, I don't, I'm sorry, one sec. I know that she said that. I want to see it for myself. Honestly, I know that people have had maybe a couple questions about Christine. I have a good vibe about Christine. I really do. I don't think she's full of shit. That's my personal opinion. And I haven't really talked to her much other than like chats and stuff. But my vibe is that she's. So you could totally be right.
Oh, okay. And I'm kind of going back to all the things that you're saying about stomach contents and all this. Here's the thing that Lowlight and I were talking about earlier. Without seeing the autopsy report and reading it, I don't know what to believe, okay? Because you can see how convoluted and misconstrued things are in this case from beginning to trial, right? So I am supposed to believe what somebody says the autopsy says? No, I want to see it. And I don't understand why an autopsy report is so secretive that they won't let us see it.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, no, really, because I mean, honestly, I read in even before cases go to trial, you see things, and I'm medical, and I'm certainly not an expert, but I've read many an autopsy, okay, and I know what they're talking about, and I'm interested in things like the depth of a wound. That speaks a lot to me. The color of the wound around it. yeah, stomach contents, all this kind of stuff. And if you're not going to be honest and open with us about that, do we even believe the toxicology? I mean, you didn't even test a hair that was there. I mean, come on. So, how are you expecting us and the people of Indiana, the jurors, to believe that this is not, whatever, just I'm expecting the autopsy report to be lost, along with everything else. That's just my thought.
Yeah. Oops, mistakes were made. They're human. They're human. As far as the people saying that, like the jury, yeah, I agree with you. The jury did find him guilty, and the jury did look at the evidence, but they were only allowed to see certain things. And if you feel comfortable with that, you really honestly, like if you were in Richard Allen's shoes, everybody, who is it? Hunter Thompson wrote, "The Wolf Man deserves a fair trial." And, if Richard Allen is guilty, show me. I wish he was. So is it true that the Patty's DNA, does anybody know whether or not the Patty's DNA was actually usable? Like how many buccal swabs can you do? And the jury's meticulously curated narrative. Yes, they were. Kind of like the girls are heroes. I reckon they did test the hair. The autopsy means they took a look for oneself. I have assisted in. I agree with the jury's. Yeah, we are all Richard Allen. Yeah. They never tested their DNA. Actually, I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I think they did. TCD calls them the Patty crime. You know what? Listen, I don't know. I think that, like right now at this juncture, there's some information that might just be too spicy. The court, nothing would surprise me at this point. Yeah, nothing. Indiana, how you feeling today?
Not at all.
Indiana, the scorched earth state. I have this idea about
something I really don't understand.
Hmm? What don't you understand?
This is so crazy. I've never done a live like this. But something that I don't understand is why, if you've got all this DNA and you've got stuff that is like inconclusive. All right, maybe it was in 2017 or even 2018, but they got 10 skin cells off a knife sheath little knob for Brian Koberger, did all this IgG, which I don't necessarily agree with, but it is what it is, and they tracked him down. So you tell me that, in this day and age, in 2024, 2023, they couldn't have taken some of that stuff that they thought was unusable or inconclusive and run it through again?
Yeah.
No. It's BS.
Yeah. You just look at how many crimes are committed, and like seconds later, they'll tell you exactly who did it. It's wild. It's wild. Oh yeah, we don't know. Somebody, I think Criminal Network. Criminal Network's somebody that I enjoy reading their comments, but they made a statement the other day that kind of like, I mean, it was big brass ball. He said that the case was solved the next day illegally, and I would love to see if Criminal Network has evidence for that. That would be interesting to see. The Criminal Network's got an interesting channel too. Familial Connection, yeah. Oh yeah, women are involved in crime all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? Woman couldn't done this. Yeah, a woman could have done this crime. Hell yeah. I don't need a lot of DNA to pick up a profile. Yeah. My ex faded with facts. See, the Patties don't want to be seen. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some
look.
things that chat is saying I'm not going to touch.
Yeah. Oh, it's Eye of Apophis. Hey, Eye. Apparently you're feeling pretty vindicated lately because people are saying that there's some new information that kind of says that some of your research was correct. So I don't know. I would like to see. I'd like to see that. Everyone, what does this say? Random spot. I missed that. I missed that. Was it too spicy? Was it too spicy? Everyone check your hands for ref.
Yeah.
When's the next video coming out? There you go. I commit crimes every day.
Right.
Yes, you do. Crimes of wonderful, wonderful trolling and wonderful memeing. Yes.
No hair.
I think one guy and two females. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I think they came from the other side of the bridge. That's what I think. I think the girls... I don't know. There's just so much about this. Boy, I tell you what, they changed the title of this murder pretty quick from the Snapchat murder to the Delphi murder real fast. Woman committing crimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's how I knew it for a long time. And that's why when I would hear about Delphi, I was like, I don't know about that case because I knew it as the Snapchat murders. But that was, I mean, nobody wanted that name. I'm sure Snapchat wasn't happy about that. And so it got changed. But it was a little confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, can you imagine being like some super hot cop in Alaska, and having your picture used to catfish little girls, like, and then that just all kind of went away. Like, I don't know. There's too many things here that and Indiana has shown itself to be a very dangerous place. Deflect from the hair. They had to deflect from the hair.
Okay. That's going to be my pantomime signal. Mm-hmm. But I will say this, Lowlight, okay? And I know this is like really out there, sort of. But, for a long time, they were talking about not just CSAM, but, moving of girls, moving of humans. And it would seem that the cop in Alaska, and I can't remember what his name is, but Alaska happens to be one of those places that is kind of a nexus for trafficking because there are a lot of bogus businesses that are listed in Alaska that really don't have buildings, but they have a lot of ties to the states, but it's very sketch. And so, when they talked about the Alaska cop, it's like, any other state, Alaska, really? I don't know. It's just theory. It is hypothetical. I don't know personally anybody who can vet a whole lot of that. I don't know. Samantha might can. She's great at looking stuff up.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that there are hubs for that. I know Columbus, Ohio is a hub. You have Wexner lives outside of Columbus. Wexner was Epstein's largest financier. That's in my home state, Nashville, Tennessee. There was a few months ago, local police did a, several month investigation, got 71 warrants signed for the arrest of local officials, local people, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations swooped in, confiscated all those warrants, all the investigative materials, and we haven't heard from them since. And that's, what was that cop's name? I forget. But, yeah, it was, I don't know, 4-6 months ago, something like that. Kyle Smith also went to visit Vincent. Look back at Fogel's case. The rings are connected. How many high-profile names are repeated? I don't know. So were you saying that the girls might have been like a target for trafficking?
Well, that's it was a lot of supposition for a long time because that was one of the theories, that the girls were part of some kind of business that was a film, so to speak. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
One of those films, and that possibly because it looked to be maybe ritualistically done, that it was a film that was sent to different places. And yes, I mean, people have reported that they've seen stuff like that, or even that on the dark web. Of course, nobody can prove that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where the trafficking link kind of came in. And then it was people started looking at other places, which Indiana has so many missing children, and we know it's a hotbed for that kind of activity as well. So it was very much on the radar of a lot of sleuths. Apparently not the police, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, just I think that we've heard from some of the PIs saying that there's a large volume of evidence that the public has just not seen, and I don't know, the evidence we have seen though, like whether the third party suspects did it or not, they definitely have more of a nexus than Richard Allen. And I mean, because the crime itself, like if you take everything, the crime itself feels like serial killer stuff. I mean, it just feels that way, but with all the things going on, because I don't know, I know some hard dudes. I know some hard people, and I just don't know anyone that would kill kids like that, at least that would admit to it, and I know, 1%ers and people talk about, I've never, I don't know. It says the police here in Indiana tend to be a big part of the problem. Yeah. Court of public opinion, I'm sorry about your luck. And yeah, you're totally right.
I was going to say the problem, low light, is that there are not just that there are so many theories, because people can always come up with theories, but there are so many convicted persons of this kind of thing. There are so many other things in the underbelly, the underground economy. There are, like I've said, you can't swing a cat without hitting a suspect. And somebody mentioned Ashley Garth, and then you got Garrett Kurtz, and you see how many predators and stuff were around that area. It's like, how can you even come up with a definite crime when there's so many possibilities? Like, geez, it's dangerous to walk down the street, in my opinion, in Delphi.
I was sitting in the same chair that I sat in when the girls were missing and were found, when I learned about the guy who had the little girl in his basement. And I thought, that's got to be the guy. And it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what did Shay say?
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that because, and but was he one of many? We don't know.
Well, yes, all his neighbors. I don't mean that, not really all his neighbors, but seriously, like, how many of those people were there and actually had, like, I'm not talking about people looking at pictures on the web. I'm talking about people snatching little kids up and putting them in their basement and killing them. See, I said I wouldn't let my kids go to the bathroom alone in Indy. Yeah. It's just scary.
I have not seen this.
Yeah. Judge Gull, you allowed a Google search to be entered in trial. That alone. You should be shamed for life.
Yeah.
Do you think Kathy Stark threw any tips away? His defense actually looked at them? I have no idea. I don't know. I tell you what, though, that reminded me about CPS. So for those of you who don't know me, I work in recovery. My last job was I talk to judges, and this is so those of you who know me, Helix Harbinger will tell you real fast. I don't know the first thing about the law, but my job was to work with judges, and I would explain to judges about addiction, and I would explain to judges about recovery options for people who would be going to jail otherwise. Before that, I worked for CPS, and what they put Click in jail for, what they're charging him for, is what industry-wide everyone is doing. In social services, paperwork is epidemic, right? I mean, you can't do your job and do the paperwork, but some of it's got to get billed. So you fudge the numbers. You just do. I don't know anyone with a caseload under 80. Almost everyone I know has a caseload over 100. So either you're going to meet with those people and provide services and help those people, or you're going to do paperwork. All right. So the stuff that goes to insurance, the stuff that gets billed, the stuff that might show up in court cases, all that paperwork gets done and signed. Everything else, I'm sorry. So Indiana literally just took a good cop, threw him in jail and charged him to railroad an innocent man. This is why you became a cop. You know, the public information officer that stood there in front of the you know, when Doug Carter did his fake Christian thing. I think that guy is a good candidate for a whistleblower, because I don't think he's a piece of shit yet. Sorry for my French. Every sissy bag in this case works with CPS except Click at the moment. Yeah, I promise you. I promise you, if you go to the very best CPS worker, the very best counselor, you can take their paperwork today, send it up to the state board, and get them fired. Just the way it is. Don't attribute malice when it can't be explained by incompetence. Yeah. So Possum, you're speaking, you preach, keep preaching that, because this whole idea that that it's normally incompetence is something that really bad people want you to believe. It's not normally incompetence. It's normally drug addiction. It's normally cheating on your wife. It's normally some bullshit that they're doing. 5 of those cases, Leper Twisted, were Indiana Affairs people. The rest of the engagement with parents were part of the tribe are different. Okay. If you got more information on that, All Eyes, I would love to see it. I love you. There's so many great content creators here. And you people are doing the hard work too. You're like doing all the paperwork and the FOIAs and the, yeah, respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things that got me early on with Gull, a month after Click was arrested, the lawyer for DCS was disciplined for forging signatures without their knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I totally forgot where I was going. I did a lot of drugs in my 20s. I survived. So my short-term memory is a little weird.
Send me some stuff.
A little wonky. When old age and my 20s collide, I won't have a memory. Let's see. Definitely her use for something bad, I feel. So All Eyes, is your opinion that they were basically railroading Click as well over kind of nothing? Yeah, just reporting. I agree.
mean,
I
it's
think when
sus, right?
Christine says, like, there's just a lot we don't know. I think she's right. So I've always wondered if either of you have info on this case. You don't discuss it on a live. Blessing and glory. I don't. Okay, blessings. I don't have any connection to this case at all. I've never talked to the defense. I've called their office just to send Richard Allen some essentials, but I've never talked to the defense. I have no connection. Luttrell worked for DCS. Ned Sanders ties to DHS. Shank. Yeah, Click was not allowed to testify. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that was just, they just, who said you find the man, I'll find the crime? Was that Stalin? Pancakes was what MP made for the girls that morning.
So there's your list.
Ned Sanders ties DHS. Shank. Fouts. DCS. Yeah. One of the cases they went after him for was involved in an advocacy center. Parents gave verbal consent.
Things,
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I got nothing. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, one of the things that we, talked about is that, Delphi can go on and on if we're looking for the actual perpetrator who neither one of us believe is Richard Allen. I mean, the main focus right now is to keep Richard Allen safe and to get him exonerated, okay? Because this case, it went on for 6 years, really going nowhere, right? And I think the problem is we do talk about all the options and who the perpetrators could have been, and there are many. But it's important, I think, that we really don't lose in all of this, that we don't lose. Now somebody's tasting me. That we don't lose focus on the immediate problem, which is Richard Allen's safety and getting some kind of relief without having to wait for an appeal court for 2 years, right?
Yeah. Well, how do we do that? I mean, it looks like she's. Hey, any of you computer people doing computer things, are you able to look at a 4chan post and discover who it was? Because I think it was February of 2020, I believe, that someone got on 4chan TV and posted that the killer's name was Richard. And I would like to know who that was. That's a full over 2 years before ISP made an arrest. All I was gonna. Let's see. I don't know. I just think it's crazy that a bunch of YouTubers, as they like to call people, are doing better journalism than the journalists.
No, that's okay.
Oh, okay. Are you all right?
It's okay. Yeah. Apparently, a lot of people are listening.
Nice. Is somebody mad?
So anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
and I will say this: I cannot hear everything that Lowlight is saying because I'm listening to it on a delay on my phone, and so it's very soft sometimes. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch this stream, and then we can talk afterwards.
What did I
about some
say?
stuff.
What did I say?
But anyway, yeah. But I am going to have to go sometime soon because
Okay.
a lot of
I
reasons.
did a bad thing, apparently. Can we talk right after we get off this stream?
Yeah.
I bet it's not true.
Yeah. Don't be upset. Like that's I'm pantomiming for y'all that don't understand what's going on. He does this because I have to cover my mic, and that's the only way he can know that I'm going to say anything. Does that make sense? No. But from our direction, he can't. What is it? I can't hear him, and I'm echoing. It's crazy.
All right. Well, folks, I think I've
All right.
might have done something wrong.
But
I don't know. We'll find out.
To.
Y'all did an amazing job, even with the delay. Absolutely cramped. Thank you, all eyes. Yeah, I will keep watching you folks because I think you folks are really great. So I'm gonna call you right after this.
Yeah. You can actually just stay on stream, and when I'll end the broadcast, and then we'll still be like we were earlier, but not live.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I won't echo. I don't know.
I think Alex
You
knows
might
about
have
the
to call
4chan thing.
All right. I want to thank you all. First of all, thank you very, very much. I'm trying to get away from the speaker. For Low Light, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. I know it's been a long time, but this has been really, really good, and I want to do it again, hopefully with no technical difficulties. But y'all, be very safe out there. Okay? Be very safe. Whatever you do, y'all know what? Stay silky. Right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.